What is up, AfterBuzzers? Welcome back to another Sweetbitter After Show. Today we're going to be talking about Season 2, Episode 6, Truffles and Champagne. We're talking new managers and old husbands. Plus, we have a very special guest. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What is up, AfterBuzzers? Welcome back to another Sweetbitter After Show. We're quickly getting to the end of the season, which is...
I don't want it to end.
I don't either. Yeah. I'm kind of devastated, but just every week has been so good. So I'm so excited to talk about it.
It's really good.
As always, I'm your host, Taylor Gates. I'm joined by two panels tonight. We're at one, but we have two. We're going to be going strong.
We are.
We have Mia to my left.
Hi! So happy to be here.
And to her left, we have Chelsie.
Hello! I'm excited and happy to be here.
Awesome.
Both the things.
All the things.
All things.
Like I said, we are going to be breaking down this episode, obviously. We also have some awesome news for you. And we have Sadie Scott, who plays Roslyn. She's going to be Skyping in at the end. We're going to ask her some awesome interview questions. And so very, very excited for that, too. So definitely stick around until the end, because you're not going to want to miss that. Guys, what were your overall thoughts on this episode?
Ooh, getting good. Definitely between Jake and Simone, their relationship, whatever we want to call it, the past couple episodes is starting to unravel. Yeah, I think Jake has feelings for Simone. I didn't see that coming, but I definitely know there's some chemistry there.
Wahahaha. Speaking of chemistry, my dream plotline is coming true with Eddie and Heather. I love them.
Yes.
Last week we were like, we want more, and I guess the writers heard us. They knew what we wanted because clearly it's happening.
They're so cute.
But yeah, they're really cute, and also like I love the truffle theme. Very classy this episode, huh?
Me too, but I'm so hungry now.
I know, I'm starving.
Yeah,
we were talking about hummus before this. So embarrassing.
We did, yeah. This show always makes you want to like go to like a 5-star restaurant.
Yeah.
I want to go to the restaurant in the show.
Me too.
Yeah.
Did it pop up? Anybody?
Oh my gosh,
Let's make this happen.
So we should do a pop-up.
Our people will contact your people.
That would be
Pop-up.
good.
Let's go.
Just saying, pitch that idea. It's all yours now. Make it happen.
I would love to try the champagne.
Yes.
Right? All of it. Let's start off by talking about Will, though, because we had a lot of predictions for him last week, and I think we all pretty much called the fact that him stepping into this new manager role wasn't going to go quite as well as I think that he wished it would go. Mia, what was your, were you surprised by that? Were you sad by that?
No, I wasn't surprised by it, unfortunately. As we know, I'm Team Will. I'm Captain Team Will. But I mean, it was just so sad. I feel like he sounded so nervous when he was trying to put his foot down in the beginning, and everybody was like, please. And I wanted Tess to be on his team. She was playful at the end, but she kind of was like, everybody will get used to it. And I'm like, no, be on his team now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll be easier for him in the coming weeks, I hope.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was really good when they were all at the bar at the last scene, and he's like, look, I love you guys. I know everything about you guys, but please cut me some slack. I'm just trying to try this out, just trying a new thing. I just need your support here. So that was really good that he did put his foot down, because I feel like he always kind of gets walked on a little bit, and now he's starting to take the high road. So I'm excited to see where his journey's going to lead.
Yeah, but then he did drugs after. What do we think of that?
I mean, he has to play both sides of it, kind of, or else he's not going to be able to hang with them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Then they're really going to just not like him for that.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
He has to straddle that line, I think, because he's still in training. He's not technically even above them yet, so he has to kind of play nice with them while also being more professional. I think he's in a really tough spot, but
he is, because
he
I feel like also to the juxtaposition between him and Simone, Simone doesn't care if she's liked and well received.
Yeah, true.
And she just needs to be respected, and Will wants to be respected, admired, and well liked. So it's going to be tough for him.
Yeah, I can see him being a really good manager eventually.
Me too.
Though.
Yeah,
me too. Because people feel comfortable around him, and if they have a problem or an issue, they'll go to Will. They don't do that with Simone.
That's true.
Yeah,
not so much. Except Tess. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little later too. We also have, this kind of sweet moment between Will and Tess when Tess is smelling all these truffles and just wants to experience everything, especially this, because she's around them all day, and he gives it to her on toast, which is her favorite, if you remember from season 1.
Yeah.
That would be her last meal. I think that's what they're talking about. She's like, toast. And so the fact that he remembered that, I thought was so sweet.
Such a sweet guy.
And then, Tess goes and makes out with him in that closet. Chelsea, what did you think of that? Were you surprised?
Kind of yes, kind of no. I want it so bad. Like, I love Tess and Will, but I'm like, no, because Will's going to get heartbroken.
Yeah.
And that's the part where he's that guy that unfortunately always gets seconds, I feel like. And I'm a huge Tess and Will fan, but Tess just isn't into it. It's not there. And if it's not there, it's not there. You can't force it.
Yeah.
But I liked it. But he even knew, too, because he was even taken back. And he's like, okay, well, I got to get back to work. It's not like he wanted to engage in it even further. So I think he knows, saying, okay, you're going through something, and I just don't want to be backup or leftovers.
I think that she was going through something, but also I think she wanted to make sure, because I think that she wants to like him really badly too.
Yeah.
So she was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this one more time and like see if I can conjure up a spark. That's how I kind of interpreted it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
I don't know. Speaking of sparks, though, there's sparks always flying here at AfterBuzz TV. Chelsie, do you want to tell us a little bit about what else is going on in the studio?
Yeah, so before we move on to our next topic, we just want to say thank you so much for making AfterBuzz TV the ESPN of TV talk. In order for us to grow, we ask if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a rate on iTunes, and leave us a comment. We really just want to thank Keven and Maria for creating AfterBuzz TV because we're able to engage with you guys as fans. So thank you so much in supporting us in what we do and what we love.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
That snap just threw me. Wow.
It's so true, though, guys. Thank you so much. I love reading all your comments every single week. I definitely go and prowl them and stuff and see what you guys are thinking about the episode. So yeah, thank you, and thumbs up, subscribe. We love chatting with you guys for sure. Let's talk a little bit about Simone, because she was heavily featured in this episode, which I'm always here for because I love me some Simone.
Yeah.
But she has her ex-husband in town, Etienne. I don't say that as nice as the French, I'm sure do, but Etienne is back in town, which I was excited. I was like, oh, I wonder what he's gonna be like. Mia, was he like who you thought he would be, or was he different?
I feel like he's almost exactly what I thought he'd be.
Really?
But Simone is not who I thought she'd be with him. Oh. Like, she was, I felt like a different person. I feel like she was, I've never seen her use so many words and talk so much. She was talking a lot. I was like, did Simone just laugh? He made me laugh. I was like, what's going on? Who is she? Like, she's laughing. And she was smiling. And she was just, like, not coy. Like, she wasn't smooth Simone like she always is. She was really just putting herself out there. And even, it just took me back. Like, every single time, like, she would talk to him. And then again, when he came back and they were in the alley, too, and she just was like, I've been thinking about our life together. Like, I've been thinking about, you know, everything. I guess Simone is the kind of person who she says what she wants, which is what I love and why I think we all love Simone. She's a very strong character. But I don't know, I maybe in that situation I expected her to be more coy or really not put her heart out there. But I guess that is kind of what she was saying, because she said I was so lost back then. And maybe because she lacked that emotion back then and the passion and the pursuit of this like love in this relationship, maybe it's just all spilling out. But yeah, it's not what I thought. And then also when he said you're the same person, nothing's changed, same bartender, and I was like, oh. So he also, Etienne also knows something about Jake that we as an audience don't really know yet, their background. So a lot, very interesting. This is gonna open the door for a lot in the next episode.
I agree.
Yeah. I think it's great because we saw a vulnerable moment with Simone, and we don't get those very often. She's very, well put together, always on top. And even Tess made the comment a few episodes back saying, you always seem like you know everything. How do you know all of this stuff? She's like, oh, just through experience. But with Etienne, she's able to just kind of be shy. You know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of how Tess was when she was first around Jake. And I think, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But it was really interesting how Etienne was saying, everyone thought you were so beautiful and I didn't. I think you're more beautiful now that you're colder and harder. I like that face. So that was
interesting.
Yeah, so that's how Simone became Simone. She became Simone being like the hard person because I think she always wanted to prove a point to him, because to her, she's always going to feel like she's not good enough to be with him.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think it was so interesting to hear about what their life was back like when she was in France, because that was always been such a mysterious part of sort of her, her background. Like, she never really talks about it. It's just like, oh yeah, I went to France and I was married to this guy. And so to delve deeper into like what her everyday life was like, kind of like she didn't really get along with his family. She kind of just wanted more privacy. And you're right, his comment about being colder and harder makes me think that she was more like maybe more like she presented herself like around him here, like smiling more and laughing more and like being more of like a younger, more naive person who she just wants to really get away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So much like a Tess.
Yeah.
There's so many parallels between them, I think.
Yeah, and I was surprised that she let Tess walk her home and then stay with her.
Yeah, I think that she was just like needed somebody though.
Yeah.
And I feel like Tess is someone she's kind of opened up to in weird ways before. Like I feel like she's obviously very guarded around her still, but like they went to the sauna together. Like they, you know, had
That's
the wine
true.
on the bench together. They have such just like an interesting relationship. How would you even like describe it?
Okay, this is what I take note of. The roles totally switched this episode.
Yeah.
Usually Simone is the one guarding Tess, saying, look, you know, kind of being that, not guardian angel, but kind of being like that mother in a way.
Yeah.
But when Simone, I just saw her being so vulnerable around Tess, like, oh, you saw Etienne, like, did you talk to him? Did he say anything about me? And Tess is just like, no, but just be cool, be chill about it, basically. And I was like, wait a second, usually it isn't the opposite way around.
Yeah.
So Tess caught on to that. That's when at the end she's like, let me walk you home. Because usually it's Simone who will be the one to come to Tess at the end, just saying, hey, let's have a little talk. And now it was in reverse.
Yeah.
So,
I feel the same way, especially when they're in the bed together. I was like, ooh, it's, you know, Tess being the one that's sort of comforting her. But I like how they also connected on a deeper level about, like, they both want something that's, like, good for them, but neither of them actually want that thing. And I connected it before they even, like, started talking about it, but I was like, oh, this is totally Will and Tess, obviously. So it was cool that they bonded on that level, too. But it's just like, oh, girls, like, find someone good for you, please.
wait, I just put something together. What happened if, you know how Tess is with Will, like that's the guy that she needs to be with? Do you think that is how Simone is with Jake and why they have that relationship? Because maybe Jake is a better fit for Simone than Etienne, and Jake knows that?
I think that Jake is toxic, though, in a way. In a different way than Etienne is.
In a different way.
Like, I feel like those two are just, like, weirdly codependent, but also, like, butt heads so much.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where it goes, especially with the comment about how Tess finally admits, like, I want Jake. And Simone says, then you will have him. Not you can, not you should. Like, you will have him. Mia, how'd you interpret that?
I don't, it threw me for a loop for sure. I think that what she means by that is, it was kind of cool to see because I feel like it was a moment of transformation. Because I feel like so far Simone has been like, you can't, like, Tess, you can't have Jake. You can't have Jake. He's bad for you. And seeing, I think they were both so vulnerable in that moment. And I think when she heard what Tess had to say, to, you know, go through all these steps of, like, self-awareness and say, you know, I know, like, he's not good for me, but I still want him. I think Simone kind of just had this look on her face in this moment where she was like, you're going to do what you're going to do. And you want him, and you're just going to have to go through what I went through, that hurt, and maybe realizing, like, that's not what's best for you. Clearly it's different for Simone, but, you know, I think she just realized in that moment, like, it's going to happen.
See,
it's going to happen.
Interpreted it in somewhat the same way, but I was also wondering if she knows that Tessa sort of has this sort of power over Jake, and so it's like, oh, well, then you'll eventually lure him in. Like, I don't want it to happen, but I think you eventually are going to be the one to, like, do that to Jake in a way, too, because I think she is realizing that Tess does have this, like, intelligence and this sort of, like, mystic, like, hold over him in a way. So I think that it's not even like you're gonna get hurt by Jake, but like you're gonna get with Jake and hurt me. I don't know. That's kind of how I read it too.
That's a good point.
Or it's all of them together. I think it could definitely be all of them combined too.
Or it's a way where she's trying to have Tess let her guard down, because every time Tess has her guard up, she's on fire.
Yeah.
And every time she lets her guard down with Jake, she's not quite as strong. So maybe with Simone giving her reinsurance, just saying, because Simone knows that Tess thinks highly of her, and her opinion is very important. So with Simone saying, hey, you'll have him, maybe Tess is like, okay, I can take the backseat a little bit in this. And I don't know, it could lead on to something different, but...
Wow, I think all of these are really good, like, theories on this, because I didn't even think of it the way you were saying it, but I agree, that could definitely be a thing. Well, I'm so excited to see where this goes. I think this is going to be really pivotal, and we'll get into it more with predictions, obviously, but Jake is obviously not happy about Etienne being back, especially the fact that Simone is going over there, dressing up for him, and I think we all kind of touched on like the toxicness of all three of them together, but I just wanted to make it known that Jake is also not happy about him being back at all. And he remembers it a different way too, which was interesting, how he was like, yeah, you were miserable there, and she was like, I wasn't miserable there, I just like, wanted to talk to you, and like I wanted a little bit of home, but he's like, no, you literally cried every night and wanted to come back.
Yeah.
See, this is the part that throws me. Is Jake saying that to be more a friend and a brother to Simone, or is it a relationship way, a romantic way? It could go either way.
Yeah. I think maybe it's like both. Like maybe it's so tangled.
I think Jake is more into Simone than Simone is into him.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, I actually think I agree, because Simone, or even if she was, she wouldn't show it.
That's true.
Yeah.
She wouldn't let herself.
She wouldn't. Even if she does deep inside. It's like a power thing with her too, I think.
Yeah,
And
that's a good point.
this is the only guy that I could think of for this season that Simone's been involved with, and Jake is really defensive over it.
Yeah, that's true. So excited to see more of that. We also had some cute little subplots. We had Sasha completely doing a 180 from what he's usually doing. He's like, I found Oprah, and like I'm gonna manifest good things into my life now. Do you guys think that that's gonna last?
He's so unpredictable.
He really is.
It's hard. Like 1 week he's like red, next week he's blue.
That's so. I hope it sticks for his good.
I hope it sticks. Yeah, exactly.
We love Oprah.
Yeah, I mean, I would love some Super Soul Sunday. Let's go.
Yes.
Like, let's change your life around, Sasha.
Yes.
I hope it does too. I'm not necessarily convinced. I think it's sort of a calm before a storm, and I think it might get even worse for him, but we will see on that. But we also have Heather and Eddie, who we've wanted for so long.
A dream.
He's got game too. He's like, I'm one of the hottest guys here. Like, let's not even like mess around. What did you guys think of that scene?
I loved it. I loved it. He's like, I mean, I'm in the running here. He's like, I might be one of the hottest guys. I don't know. I thought that was really cute of him. But I really like how mature he's in. He is. He kind of took me by surprise too, just because the questions he was asking, and I feel like he did it in such a way that he wasn't, like condescending towards her of like, why are you a server? Like, is this really what you wouldn't do with your life? Like, it was very much like he was curious about her. He was like, what are your dreams? Like, you went to this Ivy League. What are you doing here? Like, it was more of like, I want to get to know you. I want to see past you, and I want to, really know what you want in your life. And so I liked that. I hope we see more of them.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that. And I think their chemistry is spot on. And she can have fire back too. She's like, well, what I want tonight is to take this shot and then enjoy the rest of my night. I'm like, yeah, you go, Heather. And he's like, okay, I'm feeling it. So it's cute flirting that it is going to turn into something
it's
bigger.
like chipping away.
Yes.
She's slowly like breaking down, I think.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, okay, you're kind of cute.
And I can see them connecting on like a really deep level too, because she opened up about like how she didn't feel like she belonged, like when she was at the Ivy League, and I don't think we've really seen her be very open with a lot of people before, so I think they could really like have a nice emotional bond too.
Yes.
Well, that kind of wraps up our plot, but we have some news for you guys.
Yes.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So for our news and gossip this week, Paul Sparks, who plays Howard, is in an upcoming movie called The Lovebirds, coming out April 2020. And the main plot is on the breaking up. A couple gets embroiled in a bizarre and hilarious murder mystery. As they get closer to clearing their names and solving the case, they need to figure out how they and their relationship can survive the night.
That sounds like game night a little bit.
And date night with Steve Carell and Tina Fey. I love this.
It kind of sounds like, I haven't seen it yet, but the Netflix movie with Jennifer Aniston, that murder mystery one. When I heard that, I was like, oh, but the plot and what I seen on the trailer kind of seems like it matches up a little bit.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so fun. Okay, we're all gonna have to go
We're gonna have to go see that.
do a little movie night together.
Yes, I love a murder mystery.
I love that. Well, thank you so much.
Yes, of course.
Before we get into our interview, I do want to do like one sentence predictions. Like we have a season
AfterBuzz
finale
TV
next
predictions.
week, 2-part. I think so much is gonna go down. Chelsea, do you have any ideas?
Okay, Simone and Jake hook up.
Oh, wasted no time.
Woo, buddy. Okay, mine would be Tess and Jake go further, last episode will be the aftermath of it.
Ooh, I think that's
Yeah.
good. I'm gonna go a different direction, and I'm gonna say, I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna say Sasha spirals back in the wrong direction. I don't know. I just have a feeling it's not over for him.
Oh,
I'm so sad about it.
I know.
I hope he doesn't leave. Like, that would be like the season finales where he has to go back
Oh yeah.
because his visa expired.
Oh my gosh, we're not gonna manifest that.
No,
We're
no,
gonna
we're not
positive
Yes,
about
you
it.
manifest good
We're not
things.
gonna
Law of
say
attraction.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the season finale, obviously, but I'm even more excited for our interview with Sadie Scott. Mia, you have a little introduction for her.
Yes, I do. So Sadie Scott is amazing. She's in the 2019 film titled Myth, and also she was just in Crushed, the movie. It premiered at Tribeca Film Festival. So congrats to you, Sadie. More importantly, I mostly threw this in here for Taylor, but she was in an episode of Law & Order SVU.
I knew it!
That's Taylor's show, so she's a super fan.
The Noah episode,
Yes.
too.
And most importantly, she's our favorite hostess, Roslyn, on Sweetbitter. So you've seen her in a ton of genres: comedy, drama, thriller. She's been in theater, film, TV. She's got a really cool Instagram aesthetic, and she's here today. Welcome, Sadie. Hi.
Oh my gosh.
Can
I
you
think
hear
we're gonna
us?
get unmuted soon.
Oh, we can see her.
Oh, we
Hi.
see her, guys. We're so close.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so cool.
Amazing. Okay, so we thought maybe you could start us off with a funny set story. Your funniest story from set.
Ooh, that is a good one. You know, I think it was probably Dinyar. He was my he was the first person on set who like really welcomed me in. Like he was just the sweetest, most charismatic, hilarious dude. And I started filming. I was on set the day that he had that pig hand.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was like behind the bar, and he came up to me, and like everyone was watching him do it, and he came up to me and he like put the pig hand foot in my ear, and I screamed so loud. But it was just like there were so many moments on set like that. Like we were just everyone's so ridiculous. But that was probably the best first day on set kind of thing for me, for
A good
sure.
welcome present.
Yeah, right. Here you go. And then my question is, how was it coming into a show where your character plays a part in a major love triangle between Jake and Tess? How was it kind of getting in the middle between them two? Can she hear me?
Can
Hello?
you hear me when
Can
I
you hear
talk?
us?
Oh, shoot.
Hello?
Maybe,
Hello?
maybe we got our sound a
Hello?
little disconnected.
Can you see us?
Oh no, sorry guys, we're having
Sorry.
technical difficulties. Oh shoot.
We're getting in
talking.
here.
I can't hear you.
Oh,
Hello,
no.
hello.
Hello?
Oh well, we'll
Does anyone have a good joke while we wait?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Keep going. Oh no.
Just a second.
So sorry guys. So Skype is a little finicky sometimes.
Yeah.
We could get back into our Hillary Duff song.
Yeah, we could.
We were singing
But
some
yeah,
Hillary Duff
Sadie's
earlier.
awesome. I was reading up on her, and I was just going through her Instagram and stuff. And she's been doing a lot of things. She did theater. She was in a show.
Ooh,
I
that's
think
so
it was like
cool.
off Broadway in New York a few years ago, and then clearly like now she's in Sweetbitter, and she just was in this like really cool film at Tribeca Film Festival, which is
That's
awesome.
so cool.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
love that. I love it
She's
when-
been busy.
Yeah, and people can do like all of the mediums. I think is so
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. Oh, can we hear it again? Nope.
So close.
Nope.
We're
So
getting
sad.
Can't hear.
Can't
You can.
hear?
Oh, you can't hear.
Yeah. Oh, we're so excited. We're so excited.
No.
Oh.
So close.
Oh man. Well, I mean, keep doing. Okay, let's just do more predictions. Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe I didn't know. I really thought it was going to be the finale on, I guess, like the last weekend in August, but
Yeah.
both are going to be next weekend.
I know. So it's
I
gonna
kind
be
of like that they pack the punch like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because I know I'm gonna want more after I see the next one, so I'm like, okay, I'll just have it like on my plate, just like ready to go for the next one. But oh my gosh, I think that I agree with you. I think we're gonna get like a showdown between Simone, Jake, and Tess, but also Simone and Howard too, because
Oh,
we've forgotten that that's a
yeah.
rivalry. I think.
Yes,
But
yes.
that's so gonna come into play. I think.
Could you imagine if Howard was here for this episode? That would have been an interesting dynamic because he probably would have.
picked up on the whole.
Yeah, I don't know. They're
Simone.
as far as they go because I feel like it, they're rivalries, but they're rivals. But I also feel like they kind of have each other's backs sometime in some kind of way. They have a history. They've worked together for a long time. So I wonder if he would have taken a step back because he knows it's a sensitive topic for Simone, or if he would have just been, used that against her and really been like, oh, your ex-husband's here, like,
That's
loser,
such a good point.
It would have made it a bit
really
interesting.
good.
That's such a good point because I didn't even really realize that he wasn't like commenting all of it. But you're so right, and I think it would be. Yeah, because like there is
now.
times when he's like,
You can hear?
Yeah.
Amazing! Sorry, we were just, chatting. We were chatting about you, Howard, all the good stuff. But
Chelsea, I think you asked the last question.
Oh yes, my question, Sadie, is how is it coming into a show where your character plays a part in this love triangle between Tess and Jake? How was it kind of getting to the middle of that?
I felt really bad. I like one of my first scenes was Ella is watching me saunter over to Jake, to Tom, and I felt bad about it. I was like, sorry girl, I know he's your man, but yeah, that was kind of a funny thing. And then we all ended up just talking about it, and no, it was but I think that was definitely my first thought. I was like, ooh, sorry.
Sorry. Well, you did well with it. I loved how you kind of got in the middle. It definitely stirred things up between them in the first couple of episodes. So yeah.
I
did. Roslyn,
it's a sneaky little thing. Were you a fan of season 1 before you got cast in this role, or did you kind of catch up once you got the part?
I read the book when it came out, and I thought it was super hot, and I remember when all the billboards were going up in the subways and everything, and I actually funny story, I worked at a restaurant, and I worked there while I was shooting, and then we ended up having our premiere party at that restaurant.
Wow.
And I was a host there, so it was just a really funny
That's
but I remember when season 1 came out, I was like, wow, I wonder, I've been working in restaurants since I was 15 to help my mom pay the bills, and I remember being like, I wonder if this show will feel like what it actually feels like to work in a restaurant, and it does a pretty darn good job.
That's so fun. Other than obviously having the personal experience, what else kind of drew you to this role and the show in general?
I really liked that it really takes all these opportunities to there's something really intimate about working at a restaurant, and there's something really serious about it, and I love Ella's character because there's something about being in the service industry and having customers talk at you a lot of the time, and you learn all of these things, but you're seen and you're unseen, and I grew up in New York, so I love watching her get to know it and explore it. I liked Roslyn just because she's kind of she's a sneaky little lady, but then she gets dumped, and I loved her. She was hurt and then was kind of just screw this, I just really respect a lot of the characters on that show, so yeah.
Is there any one of the characters that you feel like you relate to the most or can relate to their story?
I became really good friends with Eden.
Nice.
Yeah, and she, I'm queer, and it was really cool. She's not, and it was really cool to talk to her about her exploration of Ari's character as a gay person, and she just asked me so many questions, and that was cool. I love her character, and I also think she's just an insanely talented actor. And yeah, we've remained close, and now she's back working at a restaurant, so that's funny. And like, you know, it's just like it's a New York City grind, and we're all a part of it.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's
That
really
how much it like overlaps, because I feel like it does really capture the essence of like New York City. Like I've heard that from so many people. Like,
Oh yeah,
it just like is really like captures the world of it.
And that's what the creator of the show wanted. He wanted that actual experience of what it's like to be in a restaurant. So that's really cool that all the actors really felt like that. And Sadie, now that you and Jake, Roslyn, your character, has ended things, where would you like to see her go next in the show? What plot would you like her to get involved with if you had to choose?
I'd love her to get together with Ari. Kidding.
I love I'm really here for that though.
Please and thank you.
You know, I think what I love about Simone and Howard, like they're in it, it's their lives, but there are so many characters who probably will end up doing, you know, Jasmine's character, like she went to Harvard, you know, like I'm so excited to see what they do outside of the restaurant, like with their careers. I'm really interested to see what the women, if Ella's character like decides to, you know, find something like another career. You know, I think watching the women choose to stay or not, I think is something that's interesting to me.
I love that.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. Well, thank you so much for sadly out of time. I want to talk to you all day about this, but thank you for joining us. Sorry for the technical difficulties, and
thank you so much.
we're so looking forward to continue seeing you on Sweetbitter and all of your other awesome projects.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, and what's your social?
Yes.
Tell everybody your social too. Your social media so they can follow.
Skendals. Kendall S on Instagram.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. Everyone hit that follow with her. And guys, we're out of time for us too, sadly, but we want to share our handles with you guys too. Chelsie, where can everyone find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Chelsie Overocker and on Twitter at Chelsie Overocker.
You can find me on Instagram at yours truly Mia and on Twitter at Hot Mess Mia.
Awesome. And you guys can find me on Twitter at alphabet_Ann and on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_. We will see you guys next Sunday for our 2-part season finale. We're looking forward to it. See you then. Bye.
Bye.
Founder Keven Undergaro and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.